Hello! Now, as some of you might know, I spend a lot of time on Kickstarters, and I have found some of my group's favorite games on there. So, for the month of April 2020, here are 7 games which I found on Kickstarter, which I think you should check out. Now, some of these Kickstarters are ending soon, so definitely go check them out. All of the links will be down in the description below. First off, we have Salt and Sail. So in Salt and Sail, you'll be the captain of your very own merchant vessel. As the captain, you'll be traveling around the world, trying to make discoveries and withstand deadly obstacles such as pirates and storms. As you start making more and more discoveries, you'll start earning bigger rewards. You'll spend those rewards in order to buy bigger and better ships which can house more cargo and take more damage, in the hopes of exploring even farther out. Now, the artwork does make you feel like you are an explorer out there hand drawing every discovery that you come across. So I definitely recommend you check this out, especially if you love that maritime theme, with pirates and merchants and sailing the 7 seas. The second game will take you back to the sea, however, you'll be diving much deeper. In the game Aquanauts, you'll be taking on the roles of scientists and researchers exploring the ocean depths. Now, Aquanauts is a worker placement game where you'll be sending your workers to the different facilities in the research base on the ocean floor. Your workers will be constructing new facilities, collecting vital samples, researching those samples, and then sending the research back up to the surface in order to take credit for those findings. Of course, you'll need to work with your fellow scientists in order to make bigger and better discoveries. However, you are still competing with them in order to make the most contribution to the scientific world. This game looks like a ton of fun and offers a lot thematically, especially if you love the ocean and exploring the depths. So I definitely recommend you check this game out if you fancy that theme. On to number 3. Now, perhaps you enjoy cooperative games. If so, this next game might be for you. The game is called Starlight. In Starlight, you are a pilot just about to finish your training when all of a sudden an enemy alien arrives on Earth, completely wipes out almost all life on Earth, and you are forced to flee with the small remnants remaining. You are the last hope that humanity has now. Now, what's cool about Starlight is it is also story-driven, meaning that the choices that you make will affect the outcome, and there's multiple different paths that can occur based on the choices that you make. In Starlight, you'll need to keep humanity alive by exploring the galaxy, finding resources, exploring planets, and fighting off the alien pursuers. Now, this game combines both strategic elements and tactical elements. High level, you'll need to make strategic choices that will best keep humanity alive. However, when you do get into combat or exploring planets, you'll then be playing on a grid where you'll have to make tactical decisions in order to outmaneuver your opponent's ships and destroy them. Overall, this game looks really interesting, especially if you like space and sci-fi, because this game is going to combine both strategic elements as well as tactical gameplay. The tactical gameplay will really make you feel like it's this epic dogfight and you really need to overcome your opponent, and it's just this back and forth until one comes out on top. So definitely check this game out, link down in the description below. Now on to number 4, and probably the most ridiculous game on this list. The game is called Moonshine Empire. Just like the name suggests, you'll be making moonshine. Now you'll all be competing against each other to make the biggest moonshine empire. Now, in order to do this, you'll start out with very small distilleries, maybe 1 or 2. You'll start out by making a couple barrels of moonshine and then taking it to the community. Now you'll be traveling through the bayou, but you'll have to watch out for the coppers and the alligators. If you do manage to take your moonshine all the way to the town, then you can fulfill different orders and potentially earn some money. However, the money is apparently really hard to come by, so you'll need to spend it wisely. But once you start making a name for yourself, you'll start buying bigger distilleries and being able to make more moonshine. You'll continue on this progress until you make the biggest moonshine empire that you can. Overall, this game looks absolutely ridiculous and a lot of fun. So if you enjoy a lighthearted game with the potential to have a lot of laughs with your friends, then I definitely recommend you check out this game. It looks like it could be a lot of fun, and the link will be down in the description below. Game number 5 will take you back in time. The game is called Panda, the traditional farmer's bread. In this game, you will be bakers in the feudal age. You'll have your own bake shop and you'll be baking bread, selling it to the populace. As you start making more and more money, you'll start hiring on staff so you can produce bigger batches. This is definitely a worker placement game with a lot of Euro elements. So you'll be collecting victory points by producing bread, and you'll be hiring more workers, you'll be hiring specialists, which can help you build and make better bread. Now, of course, you'll be competing against your fellow bakers in the hopes to become the best baker of the town. Overall, this looks like a very light-hearted worker placement game that could be a lot of fun. This one certainly looks very interesting to me, so I definitely recommend you check it out. Now, if you enjoy strategic card games, then you may enjoy this next one. At number 6, we have Sanctuary, the Keeper's Era. Now in this game, each player will choose a different faction, and each faction will play differently. Now the game looks similar to Magic the Gathering or some other tactical card game like that. Now, there will be 4 sanctuaries which you will need to keep safe, and 4 sanctuaries of your opponents which you will need to destroy. Now, think of each of these sanctuaries as a lane. Now, you'll be playing your monsters and spells on different lanes. Now, each lane will then attack and defend that lane. So, as your monsters build up, they will hopefully overwhelm your opponent's defenders and then make it to their sanctuary to destroy it. Once that sanctuary has been destroyed, then you'll need to play monsters into the other lanes in order to destroy them. Once one player has destroyed all of the opponent's sanctuaries, they are the winner. Now, there are also special champions for each faction. Now, it sounds like the champions are going to be pretty powerful and can affect a lot of different lanes as they will jump around the battlefield. So, this game I found interesting, especially if you have ever played Magic the Gathering or enjoy games similar to that. It looks like there's a lot of tactical elements and it'll play similar to Magic the Gathering, but it looks like it's going to be a lot easier to get into, as those who have played Magic the Gathering know that it's not the easiest game to get into, especially after all of these years and sets that just have spiraled out of control. So definitely check this one out. Links will be down in the description below. On to number 7, and probably the biggest and most anticipated game on this list. At number 7, we have Frosthaven. For those of you who don't know, this is the sequel to Gloomhaven. For those of you who don't know what Gloomhaven is, it was probably one of the biggest games to be released on Kickstarter, making over a couple $1 million. The game was also ranked number 1 on Board Game Geek for quite some time. However, Frosthaven is a completely standalone sequel to Gloomhaven, which means you can buy Frosthaven and play it completely separate from Gloomhaven. However, you can also take the champions from Frosthaven and play them in Gloomhaven, and vice versa. Now, this game will also be a cooperative game where you'll be taking on the role of a champion fighting to overcome different challenges. Now, this game will also be a legacy or story-driven game, which means you'll be playing over the course of a campaign, and each mission, the outcome will affect the next game and the game after that. And so you'll have a progressing story after each game that you play. What this also means is that your champions are going to level up and gain new abilities, skills, and weapons over the course of the game. However, Gloomhaven and Frosthaven have this unique mechanic where you're not supposed to play one character for the entire campaign. The idea is your champion will go out on adventuring for a while, he'll then retire, and a new champion will take his place, and you'll keep cycling through champions. Now, the idea of changing heroes is a unique one, but it does offer you the opportunity to try a lot of different heroes and not just be stuck into one role or one champion for the entire game. It allows you to try new things and play a lot of different characters that you might not otherwise have tried. So if you enjoy really massive games with epic tales and champions that you can make your own and difficult decisions that you'll need to make over the course of the game while playing alongside your allies, all working together for a common goal, then I highly recommend you check out this game while it is still on Kickstarter. You can also add on Gloomhaven to your pledge, which means that you can get the original if you missed out on that one. The game is a bit pricey, however, it is definitely worth it, and it will most likely be pretty hard to find once the Kickstarter ends and stores begin to sell out. So definitely don't miss out on any of these Kickstarters, and if I missed any, let me know down in the comment section below. If you like this video and want to see more of them, give us a thumbs up. This lets us know that we should keep making them. But until next time, keep conquering boredom.